My name is Miguel Foster. I was born and raised in the city of Detroit. I currently work for the UAW, and I have the pleasure to serve as the director of the Civil and Human Rights Department. The Detroit March in 1963, where Dr. King marched for freedom, was planned along with then UAW President Walter Reuther. Walter Ruther was an activist who was very visionary in his beliefs, and he believed that the civil rights movement was important because he believed that the workers that his union, our union, the UAW represented, should be fair to all workers. He believed that workers from different races, black, white, should all be treated equally, and that was not happening in the 50s and the 60s. Walter Reuther's support of the civil rights movement and Dr. King was very challenging among his own members. Local union presidents would not support the civil rights movement because they didn't believe in civil rights or equality for all. There were challenges within the ranks of the UAW when it came to freedom for all, freedom for African Americans. And many local unions refused to participate in the march in Detroit and the march in Washington. Walter Reuther actually wrote a letter that I was able to view recently where he asked the local unions to participate because he believed that everyone should be treated equally in the workplace and in the community. So he convinced a lot of UAW local union leadership to participate in the civil rights movement by first joining in the Detroit March in 1963. The Detroit March was successful because of Walter Reuther's leadership and because the UAW funded the march, as well as tens of thousands of our members marched alongside the Freedom Walkers during that event. Walter Reuther gave Dr. King office space in UAW headquarters, Solidarity House, where I actually work out of now. But office space was lent to Dr. King to help plan the march in Detroit, as well as he wrote the first version of the I Have a Dream speech right there in Solidarity House. 2 months later, the march in Washington, D.C. occurred, where Dr. King did deliver the famous I Have a Dream speech, which we all know now. And one of the persons who spoke on that stage in front of the Lincoln Memorial was President Walter Reuther. He was the only white person, I'm told, that spoke at that event, and the only major labor union president to speak at that event. The UAW has been stuck at the hip in the civil rights movement. All the way up until today, the UAW remains involved in social activism and standing up for civil rights issues, no matter what you look like or what you talk like, what color you are, what gender you are. We believe that everyone's human and everyone has the right to be treated like a human being. I'm very proud and privileged to be part of this movement within the UAW, and it's certainly an honor to serve as the director of the Civil Rights Department because I know there's a long legacy of people who came before me that opened doors for not only myself but many others, and I know I have a responsibility to continue that legacy and fight for others who are less fortunate than me.